Hi guys, long time no see. Okay, I am here today. I am doing a live. Basically, first of all, guys, just some news. I'm getting my teeth done this Tuesday, which is the 27th. So I'm not going to be around for 2 weeks, okay? So tomorrow, being Saturday here in Brisbane, Australia, I'm going to be doing some videos of some questions that I've been asked, as well as other things I'm getting told that you guys need to hear, as well as myself, to get us through all this chaos that's going on. So, over the next few weeks, I will be uploading videos, so please stay tuned for those. Okay, you'll know if they're new or old videos because of my teeth, right? I'm trying to see the light of this. Maria, hi to you as well. Thank you so much for being here, darling girl. Boy, I don't assume, even though I know. Okay, so let's get into this because I know there's going to be a lot of people watching this after I do this live. So just be patient over the next few weeks with me, okay? Because I must look after my health. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what happened a few days ago. I was talking to, Notions and Potions, hello to you as well. Thank you for being here. I was talking to a girl, and she lives in America, and she said, I've been getting attacked in my dreams by a woman. So I said, stop, because I wanted her to hear my story to confirm with her what was going on. So I said to her, I want to tell you what happened with me so you can tell me if this is the same thing that happened to you. So what happened to me was this. I have this dream, and I've had it a few times over the last few weeks where, and thankfully my daughter's not here with me now so I can talk about this because I am going to talk about suicide. So if this does trigger you in any way or form, please go and talk to a friend or a professional medical person where you live, okay, in your local area. In this dream, I've got 6 beings. Now, it's cold here in Brisbane, so I've got my little mittens on. I just realized you can see my gloves. There's 6 of them. There's like 3 at the back, and they're like shadows, so I couldn't really determine gender or much about them. But the 3 in the front, 2 I could see very clearly, and they were both female. And I was sensing that there could have been 3 male, 3 females in this mix. So as I'm sitting in this dream, the first thing that I become a parent of is I can think. This is how we know when it's a dream that is lucid or premonition dream, okay? These are the ones that we must look at and say, okay, what was going on in that dream? So in this dream, I've got 6 people in front of me, and 2 are very obvious. You know, if I saw them in a lineup, I'd be able to pull them out because they're so vivid. So I can still see this girl. She had a very square jaw, and she had short, really curly hair. Came to about here, but it was really tight curls, and it was brown hair. So I'm explaining what they said to this woman that I was talking to, and I said, they were saying things to me like, why don't you just drive into a bridge again? Why don't you just go and why don't you just get in your car and drive off a cliff, Lynda? You're worthless. You're not worth anything. They were telling me all this horrible, horrible stuff. Okay? Your daughter doesn't really love you. That was one thing that she said to me, which I know is not true, right? So in this dream, I'm like, what the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Why are you in my dreams? And I've got my finger up, and I'm looking at her straight in the eye in this dream. And I said, who the hell are you? And she sort of like, there's this smirky smile. And then I wake up, which is sort of what I say is the end of the transmission. So I'm talking to this woman in America, and I said, does that sound like what you're getting? And she said, Lynda, that woman was the same woman in my dream too. So we're getting attacked, okay, guys? You've got to pay attention and make sure that this is not your energy that's doing this. So today I'm going to talk about some techniques on how to get these things off of us, whoever they are or whatever it is. Because it may be entity or energy, right? I only live in the positive light and the positive energy fields. And there are things out there, entities and other energies that live in those negative vibrational states. And they're zapping us and they're attacking us in all ways at this point. You know, I got a speeding ticket last week. I don't speed. I used to work with the police. And I'm thinking, how the heck did I get a speeding ticket when I'm always so careful on the road? And I thought, hang on, something's not right there. You know, when you wake up, your car's going really well, you stop at a set of lights and you just take off and then the car goes, and you think, hang on, it was just working fine, so why is it not now? You know those little things. You're going to know the little things, right? The things that say, this is not right. You know that song, things that make you go, things that make you go, You may get light bulbs are blowing. You might get electrical devices playing up. You know, your computer might blow up or your TV blows up. Or when you're on the phone, there's a lot of crackling when you're talking to someone. And you'll find that it's right when you're about to have something really in-depth conversation with that other person. Because that's happened to me. You know, I was about to tell this woman the other day about this that's poor submersible, the Titan that went down to the Titanic, right? We know the fate now. 3 days ago, I was telling a friend that they were, it was the submarine was actually going to implode. And that's exactly what had happened. So I saw that 3 days ago. So I was just telling a friend and my phone just went, and then we got disconnected. Why? At that specific point when I'm doing my spidey senses, getting a prophecy. So we have to be aware of what's going on in our dreams. And we've also got to be aware of what's going on when we're awake. Okay? I've been hammered by a really not nice lady. She sent me about 5 emails after I did a reading for this woman. And I am always transparent when I get good or bad feedback because I know that I get a lot of good feedback that I don't have to promote because there's so much out there. But this woman I spent an hour talking to her, telling her all this stuff that she was saying, yes, that's true, yes, that's right, that's right, that's right. And then right at the end, she turned around and said, oh, this is BS, you're a fake, blah, 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 all this, whatever issue. And then she went into a barrage of abuse and attacking, being very sarcastic in emails to me after that as well. So I replied in kind, and I replied and I said, this is, have a look at what you're creating. What is it that you're doing? What you are doing, because this is what we have to be aware of now. I firmly believe that, I'm just going to tell you, one of the movies that I just bought, because I'm going to take 2 weeks off, right? So I'm envisaging a lot of time in front of the TV over the next 2 weeks because I just need some downtime as well from what I've been doing. So I actually bought a movie. If you know it, it's MK Ultra. I want to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I've never seen it. But it's about all the psychedelic drugs and stuff that the CIA was giving people back in the 60s where it made them do different things that they weren't usually doing. Does this sound like what's going on now? Right? So we've got to be very, very aware of even our own actions. So let's go through some techniques today, okay, on how to get rid of this stuff. Because I firmly believe, now I'm not going to accuse anyone here because I don't accuse, but I am aware of things like LRADs, long-range acoustic devices. Now, I just did that deliberately to stop up any algorithms, okay? They're called LRADs, okay? So what happened with the speeding ticket? Well, I just paid it. Why take it to court? I could have taken it to court, so thank you so much for asking me. But I just didn't need it, at this point. because my teeth are costing me a couple of $1,000 next week. Well, I've already paid off most of it because I've been going in there and just like yesterday I went in and I said, oh look, I've got $300 here. I'm just going to pay another lump sum of it. So when I go in next week, it's virtually paid off for. So they're very, very appreciative because they've got to make the mold, they've got to do things before I go in and get all this stuff. So they're great. They're actually liking the fact that I've been able to pay in advance, sort of thing. Okay, so LRADs, LRAD. Have a look at those. The other one I'd like you to look at is DEWs, direct energy weapons. Now, these are used here in Australia, okay? I believe that they have been used quite a few times on civilians, in my personal opinion, okay? So when we have I'm just going into Google because I want to show you these guys, okay? So when you look at LRADs, what are LRADs? Oh, my gosh. Let's go and have a look at some images of what LRADs are. So these are LRADs, okay? Just so you know, these are LRADs, long-range acoustic devices, okay? They stick them on the top of the cars, all right? They stick them on the top of the cars, and they aim it, and it gives people, like, headaches. It makes you think different things. Okay, so they're LRADs, and then we've also got DEWs. Now, are these direct energy weapons? Now I'm not assuming, I'm not making any assumptions here, but are these what is being used? Now I think I've got to put in direct energy weapons, right? Are these what is causing the bushfires in Canada right now? So this is what direct energy weapons look like. So they're from the satellites or planes, okay? And it's like a laser that comes down and starts bushfires. Now, look how many bushfires are around at this point. Can they also, now here we go as a conspiracy, can they, if they're able to do that, because they're verified photos, can these devices also create tornadoes, earthquakes, tsunamis? Who knows? So we've got to stop all this energy coming to us. Now, I'm going to contradict myself now. So the first technique. So if you want, grab a pen and paper, pause this, and then come back and watch it later. Because I'm going to do some techniques today on how to stop all this. Okay. So the first one is stop talking about it. Number one on the list, stop concentrating on it. Stop thinking about it. The more we think of all the doom and gloom that's going on around the planet, the more we are actually creating all this stuff, okay? So we don't, a little thing just came down in front of my computer then. That's nice. Thank you so much. A little gift for me. So the more we think, right, the more we create. So the more we think of all this bad stuff going on and people dying and hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, volcanoes, submarines imploding. Oh my gosh. Horrible, horrible, horrible situations. The more we think about it, the more we are creating this, guys. So the first technique is a really easy one, and that is think of what you want in your future. So this is where you just sit and you think, where do I want to be in 5 years? Now, you don't have to be specific here. You can go out on those really long-range dreams and goals, okay? In 5 years, I want to be sitting in my mansion on about 50 acres of land. I want all my people that I pay out there mowing the yard. I want to pay someone to be able to look after my food. I want to employ a chef. You know where I'm going now? I want to employ my own helicopter pilot. And I want myself to be able to be chauffeur-driven everywhere so I never have to drive. See what I'm now creating? I'm creating all this good stuff, which is raising my own vibration. Okay? I want to be involved with looking after animals. So I want to be able to go out into the wilderness, find out where the animals live and build little enclosures for them so they've got somewhere safe to live tonight. Wow, I could spend a whole day just thinking about that one. How do you build these little enclosures and where do you put them? I'd be in my element with my gumboots on and my little safari outfit, going out in the wilderness with my machete, cutting through the vines, saying, "Oh my God, look what we found here, a little critter." I'd be in my element doing that. So this is the first thing, okay? Do not concentrate on what you don't want, okay? So the first technique that I'm going to talk about tonight, think about what it is you want, okay? If you say I want, then doesn't that make it so you are wanting? Well, yes, you're right there, notions and potions. Thank you so much for saying that, okay? But what we're doing is we're visualizing good things. So I want to clarify this. We want to imagine good, positive things, not just for ourselves, for other people as well. Okay? I live in a very low economic suburb, and just up the road from me, I've now got Tent City. People who can't afford all the rent increases, they've moved out of their houses. So in my street and the street next to me, I've now got 6 empty houses. So that's about 6 empty houses in 50 houses. We've got 6 empty houses now. And they're all in these damn tent cities now because they can't afford rent. So I sit there and I think about prices of real estate coming down so these people can afford a new house to get into somewhere. I try and create a situation where I would love to be that philanthropist billionaire to just walk in and say, okay, I'll pay your bond. You start paying your rent, but I'll give you that loan. You can pay it back if you want. I want to be that sort of person. Generous, kind, loving, giving. So the more we think about those sort of things and we create them, okay? So, yes, CBT trainee, not so much wanting, but actually having. This is how we make the law of attraction work, by the way, okay? When we say I have, now I've got Post-it notes all through my house. I don't even have to write these down. So here's one that says I am and I have. And here's another one, I am and I have. Because this is how we create. Look, I've got so many of them. Look, I have. Oh my God, here's another one. I am and I have. Okay, here's some more of them. I am and I am. Okay, I have them all over my house. And the more that we say I have, the more we're creating it. So the more I say I have peace, I have kindness, I have love within me, I have my health, I have enough food to eat, I have generosity to help those people in that tent city down the road. I have. So I am so grateful that CBT trainee just said that. There is a big difference from what I want to what I have. What I want, now let me elaborate something because we're still on the first technique here, right? When we're visualizing what we have and what we want, okay? So I say it like, I've just got to think of the analogy again, okay? It's like being on a diet. So if we keep saying I am, which is our, as we all know, the I ams, right? I am strong, I am fit. The more we create by the I ams, but if we say I am on a diet, the brain registers that word diet as always constantly being in a state of losing weight. So what we actually create is a state of always needing to lose weight. So we won't lose weight. So instead of saying I am on a diet, you start telling yourself I am thin. Wow. I am healthy. I am fit. I am strong. Because if we say the word diet, we're actually creating that mental image where we've got to keep being on that diet. So it's like an unobtainable act at the end. And that's what wants are. So if I say I want to win $1 million, it's like an unobtainable dream. It's that pipe dream. It will never come. So that's why we've got to say I have. And I'm really grateful that Notions and Potions and some others have brought that to my attention, okay? Because we're still on technique number 1. Okay, Natasha Lee. Now, isn't that funny? Because my daughter is actually a Natasha Lee. Different spelling of Lee, okay? Or is it Leah? Okay. You'd be wonderful with animals. Thank you. I will focus on wants and positives. Yes. So, we're creating this energy within us. That's what I'm trying to get here to, guys. Number 1 is to create the energy that we want and have in our life, okay? So we concentrate on what we wish to be. I wish to be a healthy, reliable, and that's why it's irking me that I'm taking 2 weeks off because I don't like being unreliable to people. I am responsible, reliable, healthy, fit, strong person, okay? So the more we do that, that's technique number 1. Number 2 technique is identifying what is not our own responsibility in the energy field. Like that dream I had where I've got 6 people all telling me horrible, horrible things. So this is where we identify, and I've mentioned this in other videos. So technique number 2 is where we identify what is not our energy. What's not our energy? So if you're not feeling so great and you're sitting there in front of your TV and you think, I'm just picking up on I'm an empath and I'm picking up on all this crazy energy going on around the world. This is where you say, right, I identify it's not me that's creating this energy. So that's where we take our power and we take our strength and we attach ourselves with our own higher self or higher good, and we tell these energies to nick off, okay? Now, just the other day, I was talking to the lovely Anna Knapp. She said that she was going to watch this tomorrow because she's asleep now in Wisconsin. So Anna lives in Wisconsin, and she and I were talking the other day, and she said it's really weird, all the energy's going on. And I said, well, the first thing we have to do is identify it's not our own. And then what do? We tell it to F off. And don't just say, oh, hi, I really just don't want you around me anymore. Do you mind just leaving? We don't do Get that conviction in your voice. Be energized, because it's energy that we're trying to get rid of. And we don't want to be nasty to these energies, okay? We've got to show compassion, love, and understanding with these energies, okay? So when you tell them to nick off or F off, whatever you want to do to them, you always say it politely, but with conviction of energy, which is emotion. So you don't want to get nasty emotions and nick it off. You want to create that love emotion where you say, you're not my energy. I love you so much, but please get the hell off me. Get off me. Go back to where you're from, because my life is all about love and the bright, loving, universal energies, okay? Because I am and I have loving white energies around me. So therefore, your energy does not fit with mine. So run away, little man, run away. One of the movies I'm going to watch over the next 2 weeks, I love Oceans 11, 12, and 13, okay? And there is one in there where they're trying to rob from this guy in a casino, and he says, run and hide, little man, run and hide, run away. So I don't know that line. So that's what I say to these energies. You won't like me because my love is a lot stronger than your hate. Love conquers over everything. And my energy is so high that I wish you the best in life, and I'm going to love you and hug you forever. So you better run away because you're not going to like it. It's like kryptonite to these lowered energies. Okay? All right, I've got lots of comments here. Okay. I am strong. I am healthy. I am young, thin, and wealthy. Notions and Potions, I love the way you're talking. CBT trainer, having been doing, I am. That's right. Matria, I gel with gratitude for what we don't have yet have. Yes. So this is where we create it now. If you want the 100 million Powerball that was here in Australia last night, You make it now. You say, oh my God, I've got all this money in my bank. And you feel that emotion because emotion is energy. Okay? The more emotional we get attached to something, the more emotional becomes energy. So, if you met, I'm not a scientist, okay, but my daughter would be able to help me here. But there is a measurement for energy. And if it goes up in like decibels, like sound, some people have got this much energy in their little decibel range, and then others are peaking through the roof. It's like the electric charge. Okay. Okay. I am thin, lean, and healthy. Natasha Leah. Yes, that's exactly how you say it. When I went and did that diet, I didn't do a diet because I ate cheesecake every day and chocolate like I always do. But I got the doctor to weigh me, and I said to him, I'm going to come back in 12 weeks and I want you to weigh me again. So please try not to touch the scales for the next 12 weeks. So he weighed me and he put it on my record. 12 weeks later, I had lost about 18 kilos. I can't remember the exact, it could have been over 20, but it was a significant amount of weight. So we're talking something like 40 pounds that I'd lost, if you're in America, that I'd lost in only 12 weeks. So the doctor said to me, what have you been eating? And I said, cheesecake and chocolate every day. And he's like, what? He said, well, how much exercise did you do? And I said, exercise? Well, I walk about 3 to 4 miles a day on average, but I haven't done anything different. And he said, well, you've obviously done something different. I said, yes, I have. I told myself every day about 1,000 times a day that I was thin. He said, what? I said, I am thin. I am thin. As I'm driving down the street, I am thin. I am skinny. I am a size 10. Because now I'm a size 14 here in Australia. Okay. I think I'm about a size 12 in America now. Okay. So, or a size 10. I don't know. Anyway, but so we tell ourselves the I ams and I have. I have already lost the weight. How big is that one? Okay. And then we tell these energies that aren't our own to go away. Okay. We've got to tell these energies, go away. You're not welcome here. You won't like it in my energy field. I'm going to get out my singing bowl. I'm going to get out my crystals. I'm going to start doing my tinchy bells around you. Twing, twing. And these little negative energies, they run away because they can't handle the higher vibrations, right? Okay. Yeah. I'm from Wisconsin, says Nations of Patience. Yay! My friend lives in Twin Rivers on the Michigan Lakes. So there you go. Emotion equals energy in motion. Yes, you're getting it, CBT trainer. Okay, trainee, CBT trainee. CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, because I've got qualifications in that too. Okay, so that's our second technique. One is, what did I say? Let's go back and rehash. The first way of getting rid of it is we have to identify what's not ours, okay? And then we tell it to nick off kindly, okay? Computer-based training, okay. There's also CBT, which is cognitive behavior therapy. I've got a diploma in that, okay? Okay, so now the next technique. This is the third one that I want to talk about tonight. Sleep. Because a lot of us are getting nightmares, getting attacked in our sleep, waking up like we're having heart attacks. Oh, okay. I have a degree in social work. Good on you, CBT trainee. Thank you so much for letting me know. I love people telling me how great they are, and you are great. I love it. Okay. All right. Let me go there. Sleep. How do you think I wake up when I've just had this really vivid dream and I've got 6 people yelling and screaming at me doing things that I don't really want to do? How do you think I woke up? I woke up the other day when I had one of these nightmares and I thought, damn, I forgot to do it. So Do you know what I forgot to do? This is our third technique, and I'd like you to write this one down. I've been reading Jose Silva's mind control method. And for some reason, the book has gone missing in my house. I haven't given it to someone. It was here in my office, and now it's gone. Interesting stuff. So I only got through to like page 15. Now it's gone. I don't know where it's gone. So tomorrow, while I'm here by myself, I'm going to be looking for this book. It's called Jose Silva, Jose Silva. So I'm just going to put his name on as a comment. Okay, so it's Jose Silva, Mind Control Method. Yeah. So there it is. You can buy it for about $12 on eBay, okay, which I did. You get the book. Very good examples in there. It's about going into our theta consciousness, THETA. It's a state of just, when we go into sleep, we're not asleep yet, but we have all these little like dream visions, and we might get those, oh, you forgot to do that today, so you've got to do it tomorrow thoughts. All that stuff just as we're going to sleep. As we're going into that sleep pattern, that's where we can say the rules of what happens when we're asleep. So this is technique number 3. Just as you're drifting off to sleep, all we've got to say is, I give myself permission to have my intuitive dreams, but I give no right and no permission for any external energies or entities to come into my dream state. I do not allow them in my dreams. So whenever I say that, I allow myself to have intuitive dreams, because I don't want to stop doing those. Yeah, we don't want to stop those ones, right? Especially if they start giving us lotto numbers, right? But it's me setting my boundary that just before I go to sleep, I do not want any energy that's not mine to make me feel any less than who I am. So you make it your own. Okay, you make it your own. But what you basically want to say is, I do not give permission or consent to anyone else coming in and telling me to do horrible things. Okay? So that's our third technique that I want to talk about tonight. Because whenever I do that, and it's always just as I'm about to go to sleep, and I think I give myself permission to have my psychic dreams, but I do not allow anyone, you've got no right, no permission to come and invade my space. Okay? Because most of these entities, energies, whatever you want to call them, they do operate under free will. They generally don't go where they're not wanted. Okay? Generally. I'm not saying all of them do, because as we know, there's out there ones that do this, right? There's the bad ones that just say, stuff what you're saying, I'm just going to do it anyway. But we've got to try and stop the majority of these ones coming in when we're asleep. So when we have our sleep, we go into our REM state, right? We all know the REM state of dreaming, right? And it's when we're going into these alternate conscious realities of when we have these lucid, vivid dreams, lucid dreaming or premonition dreams or whatever you want to call them. That's when other things can sense it, and it's like the phone line. So they trace the call and they can come in, okay? So that's why you've really got to put this boundary out there before we go to sleep. Mariah, yay, got gardening to do before sun despairs. See you later. Love you so much for being here, darling girl. Boy. Okay, so what we must do is ensure nothing else comes in to interfere with the psychic sleep that we're trying to generate. Okay? Set the boundaries. Tell them to nick off. Send them love and light, because they hate it as a passion. Okay? They run away. They have to hide from it. So you don't just say, I can't handle you, nick off. You send them love like your best friend. I love you so much. If you come here, you're going to get a double dose of it. Just letting you warning. Okay? So you send them love because they can't handle it. They run away looking for some other person. Okay? Now, the fourth technique I want to talk about tonight, blockages and what other people would say as energy attachments. Blockages and attachments. Okay? The more we say we have an attachment or we have a blockage, the more we are actually creating those. So the first rule, like I said before, I have no blockages. I have no attachments because then whatever is could be on me, it can't survive because I'm not giving it that energetic strength to change who I am. Okay? So if you do feel that you've got any sort of energy attachments or chakra imbalances or blockages that could be from hexes, curses, spells, or anything else from anybody else, the first rule with this technique number 4, always do not give it strength. So you don't say it. I don't have any attachments. They have no right over me. No one can invade my energy space. So the more we say things like that, the more we say, you know what? You can try and put a hex on me, but my Wonder Woman, you know, the old Wonder Woman bracelet, and it sends out that blast of energy. You can't get through my love and emotion. Okay? Because the more we feel love, so have a look at what love really is. Love, you don't just love somebody. Love is an accumulation of all those attributes that we find attractive. How generous is a person? How loyal? How devoted? How kind? How respectful are they? Are they considerate? Are they kind? Do they look after animals? Do they look after their elderly parents? Do they look after other strangers? Do they go and feed the homeless? Do they do anything that makes you feel special being in their presence? That's how we obtain love for somebody. Okay? We don't just say, oh, I love that guy. Look at his beard. I love it. Don't love someone just because of their beard or their Arnold Schwarzenegger arms. You love them because of all their attributes. So the more we do all these attributes, the more these bad energies around us can't handle it. Okay. All right. So that is basically me tonight. I just want to keep this one short and sweet. You know, I haven't done a tarot for a while, right? So on Monday morning, Brisbane time, 8:30, which will be 6:30 p.m. New York time. 6:30 p.m. Sunday, New York time, I am doing my live, usual weekly tarot, ask me questions and all that sort of stuff, okay? So that's coming on Monday morning, Brisbane time, which will be the Sunday night, New York time, as I usually do it, okay? Please stay tuned for that. If you've liked these techniques and you think, wow, then that's going to help me in the future, something I can start doing, I'm just going to do it right now. I'm just going to put on my PayPal link, okay? If you do want my books, they're available on my website. I'll just go here, books available, how to get my books, because I've got 4 books now. That's another thing that I'm going to try and do over these 2 weeks off that I'm having. I'm going to try and write some of my books. So there's the link on how to get my books. There's my PayPal if you've liked today. Okay. Please know that I'm not doing any readings now. I'm booking people in now for August. Okay. Because I'm taking the next 2 weeks off. Please know that I love you all, as usual. I love you all unconditionally. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care where you've been. I don't want to hear the worst story in your life. I want to hear what potential you've got. And the fact that you've been watching me tonight proves to me that you're worthy of my time. Okay? I had He's a 19-year-old man from Portugal. He emailed me and he just asked me for some personal development. So I replied and I said, oh, I don't want to say his name, but I said, you're amazing. You're such an amazing person. And then he replied to that. And he said, I don't know why you're calling me so amazing for. My parents put me down every chance I get. My family hate me. I'm the outcast of the whole family. I'm not doing too good in my job because of all the toxicity from my family. So I replied to that and I said, I'll tell you something. They're not contacting me. It's you that took the time and the effort to contact me. So therefore, you are the amazing one because you're the one trying your best in a world gone mad, trying to improve yourself and make yourself a better person. And for somebody who's only 19 years old, that is so commendable. I am so proud of who you're turning into. That was true. That was a real email that I sent out the other day. So you guys are worth my time and effort. I love you all so much for being here. I can't tell you how much. This is the time where we forget all our petty differences, where we forget offended, being abusive, sarcastic, or whatever else is going on around the planet. This is our time to start loving other people. Unconditional love is when we don't care what they've been through. We love them anyway because they're trying their best in a world gone mad. We're all trying that, so therefore we all deserve that unconditional love. Even Bill Gates, he's got some demented ways of thinking, right? We may not agree with what he says, but I love him because look at all the money he's earned. He's made a lot of money for himself. He's a very swabby businessman, isn't he? So you've got to give him some credit there. But they all deserve our love and our respect. So don't bring HAT in. Send that out and send it out with love. So that's me for tonight, guys. Love you all. Natasha, thank you so much for being here. My daughter's name's Natasha. Oh, I love it. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm going to do videos. Monday morning, Brisbane time, which will be about 6:30 p.m. New York time. That'll be 8:30 Brisbane time Monday morning. Okay, I'll be here doing my usual live psychic questions, etc. Okay, I've also got my tarot. It's already here, ready to go. So I'll be doing my tarot. Okay, because I may not do one for a week or two, pending what happens with this situation. Okay, all good. Love yous all. I'll talk to yous all soon, and stay safe. Don't let these negative energies attach to you or invade your space. Send them out with love. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.